If you're anything like me, then having awkward conversations about the weather is not something you want to do. Truthfully, talking to strangers is not something I want to do either. But if I'm in a situation in which I'm talking to new people that I don't know and I don't know anything about them, I want some questions to start the conversation going. So I found these things called TableTopics. This is actually the anniversary edition, but all of them are fantastic. I have a couple of different types. So it comes in this cute little acrylic case box thing. So they stay in there. It looks kind of nice when it sits on your shelf. But when you open it, there's just a bunch of questions in here. Questions to get you started. Questions to start the conversation, get the ball rolling. Here's a couple. If you knew that you were going to inherit a fortune, here's a couple. If you knew that you were going to inherit a fortune, how would your plans change for the future? Good. How about, when you were young, what did you want to be when you grew up? How great is that of a question to ask somebody that you're just getting to know? That tells you a lot about somebody, I think. Usually tells you where their heart really is. How about this one? What's the funniest advice your mother gave you? Funniest. So not super serious. Now we're just talking about the funniest thing. I can't think of what the funniest advice my mom gave me was. No, I don't know. She doesn't give funny advice, I guess. What do you admire most about your parents? These are great ways to sort of not have those starter conversations with people that you really don't want to have, that you're forced into this situation with these people, but it actually digs into who they are a little bit. You get to know them a little bit more than you would with just the average, run-of-the-mill questions, 2 truths and a lie, or the like. So I can't recommend these enough. They've broken the ice for more than I can count the number of potentially awkward situations that I found myself in. But I had these and it was super helpful. Also, even if you're not talking about situations where you don't know the people, these are great just for getting to know your friends. Even when you think like, oh, I know my friends. I've been friends with them for 10 years. I would bet money that you're going to ask some of these questions and they're going to answer and you're going to say, what? For instance, just the other day, my partner and I were talking about, okay, if you didn't have to work anymore and you just got to go travel wherever you wanted, where would you go? And I immediately said, Greece and Bali. And she looked at me like, what? I've never heard you even mention those places. And I thought, yeah, well, I've been seeing a lot of pictures of them lately and they seem really pretty, so that's where I want to go. It just goes to show you just never know everything about your person or people in your life. So these are great. They're super fun. I would really recommend getting them. Have some fun.